I saw no need to heed the rules at all. I saw them as only words upon a wall. And while I moved through time as though I knew, and ever long and falling shadow grew, spinning in the wind now, a lifetime in a day. There's nothing more to say now, that's all I came to say. I cannot make my own case. I'm right here in the wrong place, right here in the wrong place. And I grew tired of running all alone. I sought to shelter, but not be on my own. And so we danced, but no one left. Soon there was only silence there instead. Spinning in the wind now, a lifetime in a day. There's nothing more to say now, that's all I came to say. I cannot make my own case. I'm right here in the wrong place, right here in the wrong place. I long to join what I watched from the outside, but it was too late to cross the great divide. I cannot make my own case. I'm right here in the wrong place. I cannot make my own case. I'm right here in the wrong place. 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 I saw no need to heed the rules at all. I saw them as only words upon a wall. And while I moved through time as though I knew, and ever long and falling shadow grew, spinning in the wind now, a lifetime in a day. There's nothing more.
Thus, the framing of my inquiry is ontological, ethical, epistemologically, political, and articulated from a position shaped, as Peter's already said, shaped by feminist and post-colonial engagements in recognizing that knowing responsibly and well is sine qua non for responsible social action.
And when I am seen, I'm abstract, a relic of an oppressive past, a privileged cis body. I don't know when my relationship to masculinity apparently got so comfortable.
Cheese is simply milk that's almost gone bad under controlled circumstances, so certainly that needs to be what I speak about. One of my favorite quotes about cheese is that cheese is milk's great leap into immortality.
While she gives the people she encounters a voice, a place, providing the historical context for the practice of gleaning and for the way it shapes people who engage in it, these people in turn give Varda the materials for the movie and the possibility of inserting herself in an auto-reflective manner into the film itself.
The gods are cruel with time, for they have all of it, while we have but a little.
Late 19th century Britain was a world of things. Things to buy, to eat, to wear, a growing array of commodities and trash. Victorians were beginning to worry, like us today, that they were consuming things that were garbage, that were made from garbage, or that would soon become garbage.
So where is this magical land, you ask? There is only one person who can take us there and reveal its entrance to us. So please join me in welcoming to the stage our final special guest of the evening, Filthy Willy Wonka.
In a world of pure degradation, you can see there's Hepsi, an array of working class contagion. It's a sing-along. It's a sing-along. Wanna puke up Taco Bell? Let's Mountain Dew it. Everybody, come with me. It's a magical land. Come on.
The Gallery of the Gross is now open behind you. Please join Filthy Willy Wonka.
The audience in a little more. It's very, yeah, it's very hard to do all that.
Like come out at night when you're sleeping. Oh my, I know. I just can't even think about that. I don't think I can go to sleep.
The girl works nights in the middle of nowhere. She drives an hour to get to her job, an hour back. She can stand through her entire shift in silence, the way she is standing now.
This is a curated sample of our show featuring a portion of our cast without lights, without set. So we've made some modifications. What is about to happen on this stage has never happened before and will never happen again. This is just for you.
Which laws of the underworld did I violate? Which of the most primitive rules of common decency did I violate?
I guess I've learned that I can't really say anything with any certainty, but I can say almost everything with total confidence. So here's a film that explains to you the alternating cycles of consciousness in two different parts of the world. One, the Camino de Santiago, where people make pilgrimages of 500 miles, sometimes that many miles, sometimes fewer miles, on foot. And another realm, which is an underground, safer injection facility for people who inject heroin, methamphetamine, and other street drugs. So I'm trying to understand the nature of, I guess, existence, the nature of narcotic euphoria as compared with spiritual transcendence.
Back yonder holler.
This place allows you to come to a space where you won't be shamed, you won't be alone, and those two things are huge.
The interesting thing about twins is that even when the moment the egg splits, they start to be different. Different but the same, because they're inhabiting different parts of the womb even, and their genes start changing. And in fact, Danielle is the twin that's actually sitting with us. This is not Maurice Meyer. Maurice Meyer is in Paris right now, and this is her twin sister Danielle, who is nice enough to come and to read the story and be Maurice tonight. We're done, so thank you for that, Danielle.
You're welcome.
You got it.
It made noise, huh?
Highest bidder knocking on their virtual door. They're seeing no way to fake profile. When will it stop? I did implore. Quoth the raven evermore.
So I was thinking about something that serves you as nothing to do with me or my magical powers. So this writer's fun and it's about what you like. All right. Do you wear them all the time? Yeah, it hurts. Alright, so sit up straight for me, relax your face, straight ahead.
1926.
So for me and my collaborators, having that high bar is a great thing to strive for, because you know what the bar is. But the other thing with this film is because we don't know what a witch is today. We don't know what the witch of the early modern period is. And so I felt that we really had to be transported back to this Puritan mindset. And so the recreation of the physical world needed to be authentic to the best of our understanding, to the best of my interpretation of it. So that we could invest in a witch being real.
The basic premise was that everyone has something to contribute, and that a potluck provides the opportunity to invite the inside and the outside in, sharing yourself, your food, your culture with others, and moreover, accepting what others want to share with you.
So I want to raise into question these and think about access, because that's a term that's often used in terms of disability advocacy. What is accessibility? And what is it about? But I want to argue that access is not an additional add-on to what building communities together is all about. It's not a policy, it's not a program, but it is at the very heart of what it means to belong together.
Well, thank you, Peter, and thank you all for coming. And yes, indeed, some of my best friends are microscopic. And what you may not realize is that in your bodies you carry around tens and hundreds of trillions of microbes. Some of them, almost all of them, are good for you.
The nature of capitalism. You better work.
Marx believed in his way that production and greed were the forces of capitalism, which these may have been true in the 19th century, but in the 21st century is the consumption.
I am really excited because I think today might be the day that I
eat breakfast and don't skip breakfast.
Today might be the day that I eat breakfast and don't skip breakfast.
But I would love to pitch them my idea for another movie called
Rainbow.
Called Rainbow!
Yeah, we've been over this.
Yes!
It won't work because it's really missing
that love story.
The love story. It's just 40 minutes
of rainbows! That's right! Yes!
All right, any people.
Hey! Peer pressure works! Woo!
Please introduce yourself to the crowd.
Hi, I'm Heidi Nast. You know, we've learned more and more recently about the wisdom of dogs and animals in general. And it turns out that some of the recent scientific work is showing that dogs are pretty good at discriminating between humans and not humans.
Fracking is all about oil, okay? You want to get down into the deep pits of the earth and dredge out the snot from underneath. So
Challenge.
Yeah, Selena.
I think it's also slang for when you dance with a Frankenstein.
Mashed potatoes is where it's at.
That's right. Why didn't you talk about mashed potatoes, Tim? Get out of there.
Yo, mashed potatoes are this little, just starchy
Challenge!
goodness.
Yeah.
Terrence has no idea what mashed potatoes are.
He does not. Nope, let's go.
Life and thought of St. Augustine.
People are predestined, and some people like me, it's a long journey, and it kind of goes, they're predestined for the heavenly realms. And other people, like those guys that I've been living with, who frankly don't clean house, don't clean the toilet, they don't work, and they live off the fat of the land that I'm living with them in community, they're predestined. You know, frankly, they were little bastards from the day they were born. They were predestined to hell, and because well, what can I say?
Wrigley is going to be giving us a lecture entitled Things Some Philosophers Have Written About But Often Don't Get Talked About Until Tonight.
Many cats. And so one of their first items of business was, what are we going to do about these cats? But then philosophers come along and they say, well, wait a second. How do you know there are cats?
Teach, you're the only one who understands me at this school. A confused goth kid who with nothing to lose but his soul.
We have all lost our souls. That's the state of affairs of mankind.
That was not the advice I was looking for. I was...
That you have so much fear and you are trying to control the audience, and the help is coming to you from everywhere. It's in the chairs that you're sitting on, it's from the floor of the stage, it's the scene partner in front of you, but you're so frightened of what they will think that you can't experience what's going on, and that rings so true. But the point I'm making in a long-winded way is that there's always help, and not in the most obvious ways, you know, in fact, in the least obvious ways.
It's through a conversation with Sylvie, really, because she's not really I don't consider her to be a dancer, I consider her to be an artist.
And what's that distinction for you?
An artist doesn't just question movement, questions everything. You know, history is tells the truth, but over a long period it becomes a lie. And myth tells a lie, but over a long period becomes truth. And for me, I was looking for the myth within Giselle.
I saw no need to heed the rules at all. I saw them as only words upon a wall. And while I moved through time as though I knew an ever long and falling shadow grew, spinning in the wind now, a lifetime in sought to shelter, but not be on my own. And so we danced, but no one left. Soon there was only silence there instead. Spinning in the wind now, a lifetime in a day. There's nothing more to say now, that's all I came to say.